Hi, this is Jason from Ubiquicode, and in this session we're going to go through a few of the Avatax settings and allow you to see a demonstration of the Avatax add-on at work, showing your tax calculations on a website. So here I've got a regular installation of CSCart 4.18.4. I've got the admin interface and I've got the regular website, just the default website. So starting at the top, we've got the option to enable or disable the Avatax tax calculation. You can do this without actually uninstalling the add-on if you want for test purposes. Secondly, we've got use order ID as Avatax transaction ID. This allows you to set the order ID as the transaction ID. For example, order 1, 2, 3 will appear in your Avatax. Without this, a random GUID or transaction ID will be generated for you by Avalara. We then have the option to send a UPC code to Avatax instead of the regular product code that you can get in the CS cart, so this will add an additional field. Save transaction to Avatax. If you're debugging or just testing, you may not want to save transactions, so you can disable saving the transaction to Avatax. We then have the option to hide $0 taxes. So if I switch back to my website and I add a product to my cart, and I'll view my cart. I'll add a city. And I'll select this shipping method. We can see that the tax calculation has been happening in the back end, but the taxes are coming back as 0 because there are no applicable taxes for this region. So what I can do is I can switch back to my admin interface and choose to hide any taxes that come back as 0 from Avalara. I'll click Save, and we'll just refresh the page here. And we can then see that only the tax that is not $0 has now been included. Okay, let's go back to the admin interface. The next item is deprecated, and I'll show you why in a second. That's the option to group taxes into a single line item. We now do this by overriding one of the or two of the templates in the code, and you can ask us for a sample code which we can provide you free of charge. Next, we have the option to hide jurisdiction name. So let me just set everything back the way it was and refresh the page. So we can see that we have quite a lot of detail here, a lot of line items. If I then option to hide the jurisdiction name, refreshing the page, we can see we have a much simpler view here. Next, we have the option to display notifications as warnings instead of errors. Some of our users have not been a big fan of the red error messages, so we've also provided this option to show all the notifications as the orange warning errors instead. Enabling the Avatax address validation allows you to hook into the address validation functionality of Avalara, which is additional to the CS cart address validation. This is an option that you may choose to enable. And finally, you may choose to enable logging. The logs can be found within CS cart. So now I'll switch back to the website and demonstrate how we can simplify even further these taxes. You may wish to view all the taxes as a single line item. So what I'm going to do behind the scenes is just change two templates in my code. And again, we can provide you with the code for this. Just send us a quick message or email and we can shoot that through to you. I'll refresh the page. And we can see we now have a single line item. Let me just change the shipping method to a different region, which I know has some more taxes because I've set it up in my Avalara sandbox. And I'll select the shipping method, and we can see that again we've got more taxes. I'll disable the template changes that I made so that you can see the full output. We've got state, city, and county taxes all included in the response from Avalara. Thank you for watching this video, and we hope that you'll enjoy using our add-on.